Fox, what the fuck were you thinking? Let's just get this shit over with. Hello everyone! Before I do anything, here's something I want to show you. Ready? 3, 2, 1, here we go. I am now a two-dimensional drawing that was made on the Chromebook equivalent of MS Paint. So, yeah, I'll be making my reviews in this format from now on, alright? For subscriber specials, I'll still record with live action footage, but for reviews like this, yeah, I'll be using my avatar from now on. Anyway, I'll just cut to the chase. You saw the title and thumbnail, so it's obvious I'm talking about Ice Age Collision Course. But first, let me say something. I liked the first 3 Ice Age movies. They featured likable characters, emotional moments, and a compelling story. Especially in the first movie, which, by the way, is my favorite Ice Age movie. Ice Age 4, aka Continental Drift, was a step back, but it wasn't terrible, but it was mediocre at best. After I saw that, I was like, okay, I guess this is the last one. Or so you thought. 4 years later, they released another fucking Ice Age film called Ice Age Collision Course, and let me tell you, it's shit! Now, if you like this film, whether it's a guilty pleasure or you think it's so bad it's good, then that's fine, I respect your opinion. But for me, I despised every second of this god-awful film. Now, let's get started onto why Ice Age Collision Course is a god-awful, cliche-filled, cringe-worthy disaster. Before I lose my temper and start going berserk, let me point out the few positives of the film. The animation's pretty good, and that's the only thing good about this shitty movie. Okay, here's what you came for: the negatives. But first, I'll summarize. So the film starts off with yet another Scrat skit. Now he's found a UFO and gets launched into space with his acorn. Then here we are, not even 10 minutes in, and we already have to see an animal's ass. So apparently, what this movie is trying to tell us is that Scrat is basically God in the Ice Age universe. Yeah, right. Then we get back to Earth, and this is where the cliches begin. Mandy doesn't like Peaches' fiance, Julian. We get the father doesn't like the daughter's fiance cliche. Then we get the guy forgets the anniversary cliche. Oh, come on, we've seen that constantly in The Simpsons, and in plenty of other shit. Stop rinsing and repeating, and do something original for once. That's when the main plot begins. That's when we see the asteroid, by the way. Then we see Buck again. At first I was excited to see him again since he was my favorite character in Ice Age 3. But in here, he is nothing more than a fucking lunatic. Yeah, I understand, Buck was always a crazy person, but at least in Ice Age 3 he was kept likable and had some moments where he can be taken seriously. But not in here though.
Crash and Eddie reporting for duty. Duty.
Ha 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 ha. Oh my god, this movie is so fucking funny. I just shit myself because of how hilarious this film is. That was sarcasm in case you couldn't tell. Anyway, the Dino Birds. What is their diabolical and evil plan, huh? Let's see.
If we stop the weasel and his friends from diverting the asteroid, kablooey! It kills the weasel and everyone else while we glide safely above it all. It'll be our paradise. Dumbasses!
That was by far the stupidest plan that I have ever heard. They are the worst Ice Age villains by far. I mean, just take a look at these previous villains. Soto wanted to avenge his deceased members of his pack, which, by the way, is very justified. Cretaceous and Maelstrom wanted to survive. Simplistic, but it worked. Rudy wanted to kill Buck for revenge for knocking out his tooth. Again, works. And Captain Gut, aka my favorite Ice Age villain, want to collect as much booty as possible. Seems realistic, because, you know, greed and shit. But these guys, fuck no. Even the movie is self-aware of how stupid they are.
Now that seems highly implausible, just from a scientific standpoint.
That's not cute. So Scrat finds a teleportation device and that's it. It's not funny. Where's the funny? After even more cliches and the animals discovering magnetics, the Dino Birds confront Buck once again and that's it. There's nothing interesting about this. I hate this movie. Oh yeah, there's a scene where there's an electrical storm in a forest all because of Scrat once again. Again, nothing interesting nor funny. Buck adopts a pumpkin cause... why? No. Just no. After even more unfunny filler, Buck decides to stop for the night. Oh yeah, sure, it's not like a big ass asteroid's about to fuck up the Earth or anything. No. Anyway, Diego and Ellie convince Manny to bond with Julian, and look at this scene.
No way. You want to play a game with me? Wow. What is honored times 1,000? No, times 1,000,000. Because whatever that equals is how honored I am.
So, is that a yes?
Yes, that's a yes. It's the most yes. It's like yes with a bunch of S's, so it's like yes.
Oh my god, just shut the fuck up. We get it. You're excited. We're not stupid. Then Ellie tries to convince Peaches to stay with them by coming up with a scenario of having kids and dealing with the rabid beast. Is it funny at least? Nope. We get back to the boys playing hockey and Manny accidentally hits Julian in the face with the puck. Then Peaches gets mad at Manny and Ellie for trying to keep her from leaving. And here's what Manny has to say.
Don't give me that look. She said both. That means you too.
I mean, he's not wrong, but wow, what an asshole. I know Manny was always a jerk in, let's say, Ice Age 1 for example, but at least then we go into depth of why he's being a dick and we can actually sympathize with him. But in here, hell no. Anyway, the herd falls asleep and the shitty villains, the Dino Birds, are back once again. Roger tries to kidnap Buck, but instead ends up kidnapping Granny. And yet another cliche, the old person wants to die. Sure, we've seen it in, let's say, South Park, but still.
Not funny. Different map.
The next morning, Buck realizes he misread the prophecy. Meanwhile, the herd realizes Granny is missing and found out the Dino Birds were after Buck the whole time. While searching for Granny, they found the remains of the previous asteroid. Wow, how convenient. Turns out, inside the asteroid is magical crystals that grant eternal youth. See what I mean when I say they're running out of ideas? Oh yeah, Sid gets a love interest.
I'm getting butterflies.
I'm getting nauseous.
I'm getting bored. Then we meet with my most despised character in this movie, Shangri-Lama.
Is gonna save us.
Look within, you're the dummy.
Disgusting! Loved that! New topic, we're all about to die!
Well, that's no good. Stress is a killer. Let us loosen our limbs and open our minds. Downward dog!
Seriously?
I'll wait. I have all the time in the world.
Actually, you don't have all the time in the world. None of us do. You see, there's this thing in the sky.
Oh, that blinding light that seems to get larger by the minute? What about it? It seems fine to me. Caterpillar!
So, is that a yes or...
Oh, you are storing a lot of hostility in your lower spine.
Shangri-Lama, how are we gonna launch?
Funky chicken, jiggy jelly, mashed potato!
Your flexibility is a sight to behold. Now how the devil are we gonna launch these crystals?
You can't. It's impossible. Whew, I am bushed. Awesome meeting you guys. Feel free to hang or, you know, whatever.
Please kill me. Why would anyone want to see a llama twerk? I don't even know what's worse, this or Norm's twerking in Norm of the North. Anyway, here's what must be done to the llama.
I want every gun we have to fire on that man.
do it.
That's enough.
That's enough!
Anyway, Brooke proposes to Sid, and so Sid's like, I need a diamond. But what he ended up doing was destroying Geotopia and turning the young animals old. Now the llama's pissed off at Sid. Just, wow, what an asshole. Buck comes up with the idea to yeet the crystals in the volcano to stop the asteroid. Just fucking whatever. Oh yeah, can't believe I almost forgot. Crash and Eddie started hashtagging. Why? Just no. No. So they do that, and it seems that things were going well for them. But once again, Scrat fucks everything up. And the Dino Birds come back. After the movie telling the audience how stupid it is, the Dino Birds finally get it. But even then, the father, Gavin, needed convincing. Such a dumbass. Eventually, they stop the asteroid, but I don't like that ending. Here's how it should have ended. Anyway, Brooke says something like, oh, you should live your life, I'll always remember you and shit. And I was like, oh, cool, I actually didn't expect that. I thought that... Shit! I jinxed myself. The animals turned young again, and somehow Brooke found Sid. The end. Finally, it's over. Good riddance. Before I give my final verdict, my fellow colleagues have something to say about this monstrosity.
I find the lack of comedy disturbing. This film made it very clear that it was only for profit and not to please the audience. This film should be erased from history, as well as the incarnation of me in Batman and Robin.
All the characters in this movie are idiots. The herd doesn't understand. In this world, it's kill or be killed.
The animators weren't free. The writers and directors of this thing called a film shall be crushed by the rumbling. The titans of the walls will continue their march until the movie is trampled flat, and the animators are all that remains of the people involved. That's everyone? Alright then. Now, final verdict. This film mentally broke me and my friends on Discord. The film only has one redeeming quality, which by the way is animation. This film gets a 1 out of 10. I do not recommend, and I only have one thing left to say to the writers of this movie. Fuck you! Sorry everyone. I really hate this movie and never want to watch this again. What's worse is that Disney is making even more Ice Age movies that no one asked for. For example, The Adventures of Buck Wild. I haven't seen that one, so I have no opinion on that. But don't worry, I only recommend the first 3 Ice Age movies and maybe the 4th one. But now,
it's time to stop!
This film is the sole reason why Blue Sky had to get shut down by Disney.
A fine addition to my collection.
But now, I do not take back anything I said in this video. It's still a 1 out of 10. Please avoid it. Thank you. Oh yeah, one last thing. Be sure to check out the group rant on Ice Age Collision Course on Super Origami Kingdom. I happen to be in it. And I don't know which one's coming first, this or the group rant. But whatever comes out first will come out first. And if the group rant came out first, then I'll link that in the description below. If this came out first, then I'll just send a link to the channel, so you can subscribe to it, and you'll know when it comes out. But, yeah, I'll see you in the next video. Later!